150 for a 2-0 lead. This will be as well for the break of throw, where we saw a plethora of ton plus finishes last night. And Neil Duff delivers the first of this evening. The 150 is nailed to break the throw and to lead 2-0. And once again against Chaz Bastau, Neil Duff holds all the aces. This time goes straight for it.
No
oh
score.
My, he's busted again. That's the second time he's busted that in 2 visits.
4.
Looks to the bottom left-hand side and a smaller portion of the bottom left-hand side.
No score.
But he gets the third betwixt the first two.
Required 38.
Third time the charm. Double 16. Another go at it for the match. And Duff gets up and running with a 4-0 victory. It puts him in a very good position to qualify. Duff the winner by 4 legs to 0. He beats Chaz Bastau. Does the job, which he felt like he should have done yesterday. It wasn't a classic match, but Duff up and running. Coming up next, we're going to see Devin Peterson return to the stage. He takes on the local favourite. It's the baby boy. It's got to play Chaz Bastau next. If Bastau wins that, you'd say it's probably pretty much done already.
180.
And Lipscomb, for the third time in 5 legs in this match, has left himself on a double after 12 darts. This has been a real good display off the bat
36.
for baby boy. And he rounds it off with a 13 dart leg. And you can see what it means to him. It's a big night for baby boy. And he has done the first task of what is a massive mountain for him to climb. He hasn't made a Saturday night before, and he is hoping to make it for the very first time. He opens up with a 4-1 win against Devin Peterson, an average of 90.63, and that was despite 13 missed darts and a double. His scoring at times immaculate. For Peterson, those are way more positive signs. We are now going to watch Chris Quantock in action for the very first time this evening. He's in action up against Chaz Bastau. We'll be watching dart for dart after this short break. Just about in the single one. He nearly burst the score like Bastau did. But Quantock comes through. Just about. He knows he needed to win that game, and win it he duly did. And it keeps the race interesting. God knows what that was. 4-2 victory for Chris Quantock against Chaz Bastau. Coming up next, I can't say that guy's name, can I? Adam Lipscomb up against Neil Duff.
Race to 5 in the semi and a
81.
race to 6 in the final.
Game shot in the first leg.
And Lipscomb is up and running. He opens up a 1-0 lead on 91. He's threatening the break of Duff in this second leg. And the cheers in that Porchester pub may well get louder and louder. But Duff has hit a max just to keep him honest. Tops or Lipscomb for 14 dart break. Now down for double 10. 2-0 Lipscomb. He's halfway there.
Adam Lipscomb.
To level this match up. It's a ton topper for 2-2. Tops. Oh, that's beautiful from Neil Duff. His timing this evening has been bang on point. The 150 to stop Bastau in his tracks. But it's Lipscomb who has held on amidst the Duff onslaught and has sealed a 4-3 win, which should pretty much seal his first Saturday night appearance. 10 points should be good enough. Lipscomb with the beaming smile on his face. What a performance. What a match we have seen. 96-96, 4 from 8, 3 from 4. Pick whatever stat you want. It was highly impressive stuff. Coming up next, Chris Quantock against Devin Peterson. The highs are still there to come.
Devin required 40.
Tots a 3-1. And it goes 3-1 Peterson.
Devin.
Take out a 4-3 win. It's not going to go. Peterson's back for double 12.
58.
It gives him his first win. It sends
24.
Lipscomb through. And Devon Peterson is on the board at the Super Series.
Peterson.
He's had to wait for that winning feeling, but now he knows exactly what it's all about. And it has sent Adam Lipscomb through to tomorrow night's final. There is going to be a party in Portsmouth tomorrow night as Baby Boy has his due date in tomorrow night's final. Peterson beats Quantock by 4-3. Myself and Chris Mason are going to have a chat about all of the action after this short break.
Here, I don't think he plays anymore, though. Thanks for that, Rob.
Bastau leaving tops after 12 for the match. It keeps him swinging in the contest.
Charge required 40.
Keeps him very much in the race to progress through to Saturday night's final. It's 4-1 Bastau. It's a huge, huge win for him. It keeps him cooking in the race. It puts him 4 points clear of Chris Quantock. And maybe now he can begin to taste the delights of Saturday night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. 100.42 the average to get there. 4 out of 8 on the doubles to get there. A real good performance when it mattered most for Chaz Bastau. Coming up after the break, we're going to be watching Chris Quantock and Neil Duff. They'll go toe-to-toe after this short break.
Now we require 105.
There's the treble. Tops. 2-0 Duff.
Class.
Neil Duff.
Classy finishing from the former leg side champ. He leads 2-0. Single for double. Has to go. Simply has
60.
to go. And that could
Nearly
well be that
required,
as far as
24.
he's concerned. Double 12. And the Duff man delivers when it matters most. He's the Super Series postman. He gets the better Chris Quantock by 4-1. He doesn't just send himself through. He sends Chaz Bastau through with him. 92.44 the average. 105 is high out. A highlight performance again from Neil Duff. An excellent performance from him, which will complete tomorrow evening's lineup here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Next up, Devon Peterson and Chaz Bastau to the stage.
16.
Double 8 for double bubble in terms of the victory column for Devon Peterson. He beats Bastau in a last leg decider by 4-3. He's getting used to this now, isn't he, Devon? 4-3, the victory for him. Just unfortunately for him, it's too little too late. It's too late for Chris Quantock. He's out the competition, but he will fulfill his quota of matches when he takes on Adam Lipscomb after this short break. One of the jobs that I got when I was freelance was double 16 for Quantock. It wasn't that as a job, but Quantock finds the double 16 to break a lead 1-0. Not going to go, and so 1-2-1 for Lipscomb.
Yeah, it's similar to the shootout. 1 leg 1,001 Dean. Oh, you beauty. But the action.
40.
Tops for the match. Quantock will end with a win. He's not going to make it through, the former weekly champion, but he can at least end with something to be happy about. For Lipscomb, he is going to head all the way. The smile cannot be removed, beaming from ear to ear. But it's Chris Quantock who wins his final game of the group. And so we end the way we started. It's Duffy Peterson on the other side of this short break.
Devon requires 79.
First time we've heard that cry of O'Neill tonight. Might be the last time we hear it too. Tops of Peterson for a hat-trick of victories. A much better night for the African warrior who has battled and battled and battled away. And he has got the victories that those performances, that grit, that determination has duly deserved. A smile on the face from the African warrior. And it has been a much, much improved night from the first evening's play. It was in vain in the end. 6 points is not enough to send him through. Neil Duff goes through alongside Chaz Barstow and the hometown hero Adam Lipscomb into tomorrow night's final. And what a final we are going to see here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. It is bound to be packed to the rafters. It's bound to be loud, proud and vibrant. And myself and Chris Mason are going to have our first preview on that and a look back at the night's action when we return after this short break. There, Scott Taylor is out to defend that title tomorrow night, or get another step closer towards defending that title anyway. Watch him in action, but we've watched 10 matches tonight, myself and Chris Mason, and these are the results from those particular matches. What a night it's been for Devon Peterson, but unfortunately for him, the damage was done yesterday. Duff, Lipscomb, Bastau, as expected, through to tomorrow night's finale. And, well, it really, unlike Group C, where anything was possible in terms of the outcomes, it felt fairly routine tonight.
Yeah, the top three had such good nights yesterday, didn't they? They were the dominant force in this Group B, and I think we both stand by what we said. I certainly feel if Devon Peterson would have had a full week here, things could have been so different, because he started to fancy it, and he took some good sculpts tonight and some good performances. There's plenty of 180s in there. Some high quality finishing. That was 4 from 9 there against Neil Duff. Yes, it may not have been the opponents at their absolute best, because they were probably out on their feet, especially Neil Duff. That was his 23rd match this week, and he came through a grueling Group A, and it's been a tough Group B.
It certainly has, but it is through to tomorrow night's final, and he just has this ability at peaking at the right time in a week. He did exactly that this evening. Didn't just get the job done, he got it done emphatically.
Yeah, he can play himself into form, can't he? He's just got this. He's got it down to a fine art now. I mean, I remember talking to him about on many occasions where, like I said, he usually has the week off before to make sure he comes in fresh, and he doesn't panic. He's not that type of guy. He's got so much belief in his own ability, and so much belief he can get himself around where he needs to be. My goodness, didn't he throw some good stuff this evening, and certainly in this group. He
most certainly did. Another player through some excellent stuff was Adam Lipscomb, and he's going to be buoyed on by a real raucous home crowd. Put it this way, it's quiet in here now, but tomorrow night I think this soundproof glass is going to get a bit of a test.
Yeah, I do believe we're going to be doing the presentation from the stage. I don't think I think we'll all have to have ears in, because I don't think we'll be able to hear ourselves think. It's gonna be lively in here. That's the kind of thing that the Super Series needs, and people need to come and enjoy the atmosphere. It's really unique, real intimate, great opportunity to meet the players and fans alike, and it's just a great environment. It's got a great feel to this place when it's full. I'll never forget the first Champions Week final that Luke Littler made. They were literally hanging off the balconies. It was we had to present from the balcony, and it was certainly a new experience.
Yeah, well, it was a new experience because they're actually shouting your name in the crowd, weren't they? Well,
something like that.
Well, yeah, let's not go into even though we're late on the night, we won't go into the extreme details. Chaz Barstow is the other player to make it through tonight, but you get the sense he's going to have to sharpen up tomorrow.
Yeah, listen, there's signs there. We heard the whispers of how well he's been playing of late in the local league and Super League and the singles league tournaments he plays in. And there's signs there of that, but he's a little bit too hit and miss, and I think consistency will be key. I know everybody thinks it's the Scott Taylor show and he's just got to turn up. I think if you're off your game by 10 or 15% tomorrow, any of them that is, I think you'll get punished. I think steady away will win the day.
Well, let's dot the I's, cross the T's, show you the league table at the end of proceedings. So it's Duff from Lipscomb, from Barstow. There you're free. And actually, if Devon Peterson won that first match tonight, he may have given himself a chance, but the legs difference, unfortunately, was the damage on day one of that particular group. So that is how that particular group ends. Let's show you now how the rest of the week is going to pan out in terms of tomorrow night's final, because we now know the groups for that final tomorrow. Now, this is our first look at it. Group 1, Scott Taylor, Steve Hine, Adam Lipscomb. Group 2, Joe Croft, Chaz Barstow, Neil Duff. What's your initial thoughts on these?
Yeah, Group 2 is a real toughie, isn't it? With Joe Croft in there, Chaz Barstow, Neil Duff. Chaz and Joe, very similar really. We've just seen flashes of their brilliant best, but not quite the consistency there. Neil Duff, I don't think will be too fearful of that group tomorrow. I don't think any of them will be, to be honest. And I don't think Scott Taylor will mind his group particularly much. Steve Ine, although I've been super impressed with some of his stuff, again, it's just that level of consistency. And I listen, it's not going to be 100 averages that wins this tomorrow night. It's going to be someone who can just sit in there rock solid around 92, 93. I think that gets the job done.
And Scott's played in front of the biggest crowd you can have here on a Champions League finals night. So Adam Lipscomb's mob of support shouldn't really faze him, should it?
No, and listen, they're all dart fans. They come from they come from darting pubs. They won't be. We don't have any of that nonsense where they're cheering out when the other player's on the hockey. There's noise in between visits. It's old school, how it should be. Let the players duke it out, and the best player will win, not who has the most support. But it will be. Well, I think it's a double-edged sword for Adam. It's going to come with pressure, but he's going to love every minute of it.
We're really looking forward to tomorrow now, aren't we?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, I shall see you tomorrow night, spick and span, suited, booted, ready for the big night.
I'll see you at 5.
I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow as well here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth as week 4 comes to a culmination and we have got a perennial winner in the final. Neil Duff tends to send his best stuff for last, and it could well be a soap opera ending for Duff.
Slightly out of form and
leg.
running into a
Duff.
very hot Neil Duff.
Mentioned this 1-2-6 earlier, has to start in the 19s this time. Double 6. Well, he saved his best shot right at the end in Neil Duff. Colin McGarry was superb in his demolition of young Bram.
Yeah, that was
first load.